For my constituents in West Dunbartonshire, a community geographically far removed from Palestine, the horrific injustice being inflicted upon the Palestinian people resonates deeply. They look at the systematic confiscation of Palestinian land, the draining of their water resources, and the suffocating restrictions in movement, and they quite rightly see an intolerable violation of human dignity via the illegal Israeli settlements. In 2009, when I was a councillor, my local authority, West Dunbartonshire, became the very first council in Scotland to pass a unanimous trade ban on anything made or grown in Israel. This was extended in 2010 and again in 2011 to discourage both investment and trade with illegal Israeli settlements, and they remain in place today. Later, as promised during the 2014 Gaza war, I made the decision to fly the Palestinian flag from Dumbarton Town Hall, the municipal buildings, and we were the first council in Scotland to do so. And yes, it was met with a backlash, but it was a message of hope and to raise awareness of the suffering and deaths of people in Gaza and the West Bank, and it showed that they were not forgotten, and we must not forget them here in this place either, 12 years on. It was a simple act of solidarity from a small local authority thousands of miles away from the occupied territories. But a combination of acts can make a real difference, and that's why I'm supporting today's call for a ban on trade with illegal Israeli settlements. Yes, of course.
I thank him very much for giving way, and he's just mentioned there about small acts that are being taken. Last week, 3 of my constituents, Mike, Fiona and Mary, travelled to Parliament and came here and green carded me so they could talk to me about the situation in Gaza. They join around 40 constituents who have written to me ahead of today and over 800 constituents who have emailed me on this issue since I was elected. Does he agree with me that when so many constituents are moved to act, the least that we can do is make progress on ending trade with illegal settlements?
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Yes, I do. I agree entirely with my honourable friend. He makes a very good point. I think all of us in this House have had that same volume of correspondence from our constituents, really emphasising the strength of feeling up and down our United Kingdom. And I thank him for his intervention. Today, the situation in the West Bank and East Jerusalem is at breaking point. Settler violence has reached an all-time high, displacing entire villages in blatant abuse of human rights. Yet, as the crisis rages on, the UK is not doing enough. I appreciate that we finally recognise the state of Palestine, but we need to go beyond that and take decisive action. The Charity Commission is being urged to investigate 32 British charities that have funnelled at least £28 million into these illegal territories, boosted even more by the British taxpayer through gift aid. We are inadvertently helping to fund infrastructure on stolen land. We should be funding peace, not funding obstacles to peace and apartheid. Furthermore, the settlement enterprises know exactly what they're doing. They know it's wrong. We know this because they're routinely mislabelling Palestinian products as being produced in Israel to sneak them into international markets for trade and bolster the settler economy. Any goods or money that are obtained via trade with these illegal settlements will be tainted by criminality, and that is not something our country should be associated with. They are proceeds of crime that underpin Israel's illegal occupation. I welcome the actions of our UK Labour government that it's taken so far. We have sanctioned extremist ministers and violent settler networks, and we updated business risk guidance. And in May last year, we rightly suspended negotiations on a free trade agreement with Israel. But guidance and warning are no longer enough. We must ensure these illegal settlements have no viable economic future. On the 7th of June, Madam Deputy Speaker, I proudly signed the letter coordinated by my honourable friend, the member for Cowdenbeath and Kirkcaldy, calling on the Foreign Secretary to introduce a ban on trade with illegal settlements. By delaying, we are falling behind our international allies, Spain, the Netherlands, Belgium, Ireland, and we hear even the EU. Yes, of course.
Very generous in giving way, and I just want to place on record that my constituents feel as strongly as his constituents in Dumbarton about this, that we have to ban trade with illegal settlements. And does he agree with me that the government, although they have made welcome steps, as he referenced, has to go further in making sure that this isn't allowed?
Douglas McAllister.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker, and I thank my honourable friend for his intervention. I agree entirely with him. I'm sure his point hasn't been lost on the Minister today, and we await with great anticipation what he'll say from the dispatch box on that point. Madam Deputy Speaker, I will conclude. Trade with these settlements is fundamentally incompatible with international law. It's time to turn our solidarity into decisive action, cut off the economic lifelines of this illegal occupation and implement a total trade ban.